A man is hit while he's on his bike, shutting down a major road in Cape Coral. We'll take you to the scene and tell you the lanes are now back open.
And whether you're fighting the flu or have a broken bone, we are telling you about expanded health services in Lee County that don't even require you to leave your home.
And let's get straight to that breaking news. A busy Cape Coral intersection is now back open after a truck slammed into a man on his bike. That crash happened around 7:30 this morning on Santa Barbara Boulevard near Veterans Parkway.
Gulf Coast News reporter Mercedes Martinez is live where that crash happened. Mercedes, what can you tell us?
Lisa and Zuri, drivers are now able to get through Santa Barbara Boulevard and Veterans Parkway. A pickup truck hit a bicyclist right here riding by Wawa and Aldi. Take a look here so that you can see what we saw when we first arrived. The northbound lanes of Santa Barbara Boulevard blocked off as Cape Coral police surrounded this black truck. We saw a bicycle under the front of the truck. People that we spoke with say this intersection is usually very busy and people need to be reminded to stay more alert.
We should absolutely be careful every day, and realizing with the volume of people we have in the city, the increased population, and the challenges that we have with the infrastructure, there's just more people in the same amount of space. So wear bright colors, look both ways before you cross the street, and just remember, not everyone's paying attention.
Cape Coral police say the bicyclist was not seriously injured. I'm live along Santa Barbara Boulevard in Cape Coral. Mercedes Martinez, Gulf Coast News.
More breaking news. A Lehigh Acres man is convicted for lewd and lascivious molestation on a child. After a 3-day trial, the jury found Graciano Lopez guilty. The state attorney's office says the child victim told a family member what happened, saying Lopez groped them while they were sleeping. Lopez will be sentenced March 24th. From your Charlotte County News team, Charlotte County Commissioners just voted to open Englewood Beach using 2 different options. The beach has been closed ever since this past hurricane season. Commissioners voted to partially open the beach first and then fully reopen it down the line. Gulf Coast News reporter Lacey Lee is at Englewood Beach breaking down the timeline.
Englewood Beach is still closed after this past hurricane season. Just take a look because we're still seeing this gate here cutting off access to it along with the caution tape. But today, county leaders are looking at ways to potentially get your toes back in the sand.
I think it's been sad for everybody, sad for me too. You know, we've been coming for 12 years and just to see the devastation.
Mary Jo Kamarowskis passes Englewood Beach on her morning walks, and this is the damage she sees, from destroyed boardwalks to caution tape alerting visitors to stay away.
Well, it feels like it's never going to be open because they can't open it until they fix the boardwalk, and they're not doing anything with that.
But change is coming. Today, county commissioners decided in the name of safety to partially reopen the south end of the beach first. This could get people back on the beach within a month's time.
Well, I think definitely partially reopen it because that's going to help the businesses here with some parking issues.
So that would allow people to park legally and come and enjoy the beach part where that is, you know, back to as normal as it can be right now.
Reporting on Englewood Beach, Lacey Lee, Gulf Coast News.
We now know new information about a deadly crash in LaBelle. That crash happened Monday night just before 9 along State Road 80 and Cedarwood. Florida Highway Patrol says an SUV was speeding heading east on State Road 80 toward Cedarwood Parkway. The driver of the SUV didn't slow down for a sharp curve that was approaching. 51-year-old man died at the scene. The crash remains under investigation.
Gulf Coast News is working to learn more about a rollover crash in San Carlos Park. The crash happened shortly before 9 o'clock Monday night along Calusa Trace Circle. This is just off Lee Road, south of Alico Road. You can see a car on its roof. Another car is also seen nearby in the grass. We'll keep you updated if we learn anything new from Lee County deputies.
Fire crews are still working to find out what caused a fire inside a family's garage in San Carlos Park. That fire happened around 8 o'clock Monday night along Wingfoot Drive near Ingram Road. It's just south of Alico Road and west of Three Oaks Parkway. San Carlos Park Fire says they did contain the fire to the garage before it managed to spread to the rest of the house. A parent, 2 children, and their dogs were able to get out safely. Nobody was hurt, but the Red Cross is now working with the family to provide assistance.
Crime Stoppers needs your help identifying 3 teenagers they say broke into the kitchen area of the Island Vista Estates clubhouse in North Fort Myers. This happened overnight on February 19th. Crime Stoppers says these teenagers were caught on video breaking into the kitchen. They're accused of breaking locks off the cabinets and ripping the door off the refrigerator. If you know who they are, call Crime Stoppers.
Well, Fort Myers police arrest a man they say tried to steal a home from his aunt. And the victim is a former Fort Myers City Councilwoman. Last April, Christine Matthews tried to transfer the ownership of the home to her brother. He was waiting on a physical copy of the license, but died before the paperwork could be finished. That's when investigators say Gregory Matthews Jr. got the paperwork and finalized a deal for himself using his dad's information and a copy of Christine's ID. Police arrested him Monday. It wasn't until later that Christine says she learned she was no longer the owner of the home.
This victim is going to go through the process, I presumed, to get her property back. I mean, she's got to either get a lawyer or go to the court system. But we want to prevent this from happening again in the future.
Lee County Clerk Kevin Carnes says he recommends Lee County business owners and residents register for the free Lee Clerk's Property Fraud Alert System. It will alert you within 24 hours if there's any potential property fraud that happens. We've got more info about this on our Gulf Coast News app.
A man in Collier County is facing charges for allegedly shooting his new gun in his neighborhood. Collier County deputies say Jose Benitez was shooting his new semi-automatic Glock 49 into the canal behind his home near the end of Moon Bay Street. Deputies say Benitez was testing his gun and they found 21 shell casings in his yard. Deputies received several 911 calls from a ton of neighbors complaining about dozens of shots going off near their homes.
I'm like, what if something like just comes through my window or something? And I think I was trying to sleep.
Maybe just drunk having fun, but you know, I was in the Army and we'd like to have drunk and have fun too, but we didn't go firing our guns off in civilian neighborhoods.
Deputies warned Benitez on Saturday that it is illegal to shoot a gun in a residential area. But despite this, they say he continued firing more rounds on Sunday, and that's when deputies arrested him.
FDOT crews are going to be doing some overnight work tonight and tomorrow to work on traffic signals and bridge work. So it's going to be happening at Beck Boulevard from 9:30 p.m. to 6 a.m. tonight into tomorrow morning. This is off Collier Boulevard. It's going to be happening Wednesday night as well. And this is a map of the detour you can take. They're looking at Tollgate Boulevard and Toll House Drive as the detours. They're going to be working on traffic signals and starting bridge work on the east side of an intersection for an entrance to northbound I-75. Closures will happen again March 23rd through April 4th.
The developer looking to build luxury waterfront condos in downtown Fort Myers is now claiming a loan he recently secured to pay off debt to an empty property turned out to be a scam. Many people who are expecting to move into the Prima Luce development say they feel scammed themselves. Condo investors have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for the promise of the two 22-story tower condos in downtown Fort Myers. Developer Bob McFarlane lost funding last year and was facing foreclosure if he didn't find a bank to lend him money.
Invested about $108,000 in March of 2022.
Brother and I invested $100,000 in April of 2022. Surprising, given all that we've been through up until this point? No.
Now, if McFarlane cannot come up with the $37.5 million he needs, the property will be foreclosed and auctioned off on March 13th.
It's very convenient. It's wonderful around the holidays, the weekends, evenings when your primary care provider or pediatrician is unavailable.
Getting access to health care shouldn't be difficult. And through a new partnership between Lee Health and Dispatch Health, it is getting easier. And providers are able to come right to your home from Babcock Ranch to Bonita Springs.
The cool thing is these providers can treat anything from the flu to UTIs, and you don't even have to leave your couch. Gulf Coast News reporter Mercedes Martinez has more on how Lee Health plans to treat more of you.
No car, no problem. Don't want to have to deal with a waiting room crowded with sick people? That's covered too. When you're not feeling well, the last thing you want to think about is how you're getting yourself to the doctor's office. Through Lee Health's partnership with Dispatch Health, you don't have to worry about getting yourself to the urgent care. Instead, the medical help comes to you. Here's how it works. A nurse practitioner or a physician's assistant will be sent to your home to treat you. It can be for anything such as the flu, UTIs, even a sprain or minor fracture. Lee Health has been in partnership with Dispatch Health for about 4 years now, and they are up to 4 units. But now they're hoping to treat more of you, seeing patients from Babcock Ranch to Bonita Springs.
Overall, overwhelming, very positive response from everyone that's used it. A lot of families in our community have used it as well for their children. Instead of having one sick child and taking everyone into the doctor, they'll actually come to your home.
Lee Health says they hope to grow this service to meet the demand of the booming population here on the Gulf Coast. Services are 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. All you have to do is schedule your visit on Dispatch Health. I'm outside Lee Health Convenient Care in Fort Myers. Mercedes Martinez, Gulf Coast News.
City leaders on Sanibel giving us an update tonight on the city's stormwater master plan, and the Public Works Department wants to hear from you. City staff is looking for feedback before they go through with any changes as they deal with some of the challenges posed by climate change. Public Works is holding a workshop today at the Sanibel Rec Center from 5 to 7 p.m. They'll give a presentation and answer any questions you may have.
The FSW women's basketball team is setting their sights high this postseason. We'll tell you how their past success is moving them forward.
Nail glue or eye drops? The messy mix-up that has doctors sounding the alarm.
We are back to the sunshine today. I'm recapping rainfall totals from yesterday and showing you if it was enough to help improve our drought.